Hello everyone, my name is Wansee TV, and this is going to be the last video I'm going to pull up before I do the Jazzy Guns funniest, most savage moment in another Days Gone video. Leave a like, subscribe, also follow my social medias. It is Dwayne Jazz React to Wansee Entertainment Now. Horror Stories, animated compilation of June. Let's go.
How is it going today? Loyal Skinwise. Dwayne.
My name's Jasmine.
We're Dwayne Jazz till we have 9 horror stories animated compilation of July 2019.
Yeah.
By Wansee Entertainment. Continuing where we left off.
Yeah.
Because we have that community guideline strike, so that's why we've been kind of off. But anyway, if you guys have any reaction requests, please follow us on social media in the link in the description. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's have one.
I was a total video game addict.
Hey.
I would play it from day till night. Of course, my mom hated the fact that I always focused on games.
Hold on, pause. Pause.
That's changing now.
Fortnite!
That's changing now.
Change the game.
Yo.
As soon as that boy won
he won 3 million, but then he got taxed for half of it.
Okay, let's not talk about taxes. Everybody hates taxes.
Yeah.
3
But
million?
still, 3 million. That was on the headlines. I ain't seen news places or anything
They be
newspapers
like,
report on video
they be
games
like
ever.
this.
And if they
Look,
did,
look, yeah,
it
they
would
be
be
like this.
something negative.
Look, they be like this. Like
Yeah.
this. So, Fortnite. This kid won. 16-year-old wins $3 million. I wish I would have played video.
Yeah, they'd be like, I think I'm in the wrong profession. I should play video games. Like, but y'all be bashing it all
I can play
day.
some Super Mario though. Like,
They be bashing it all day till as soon as this little boy, 16-year-old, wins $3 million. They're like, maybe it's not so bad.
Right.
Like,
I'm sorry. We just had a quick rant. We love video games.
We love video games.
So yeah. Anyway, let's dive
Me too.
Feel a little triggered.
She would always hide my phone so that I wouldn't be able to use it.
Then why'd you give it to her?
Every time she confiscated my phone, I was swallowed by boredom.
Me too.
I didn't have anything to do when I couldn't play.
That is right.
Sometimes, if I had free time, I would try to find the spot where my mom hid my phone. But I always failed.
Yeah.
But the only thing I knew for sure was that she hid my phone in one specific room. A room with a lot of cabinets filled with stuff and junk, which made it really hard to find my phone.
It's okay.
One day, when my mom hid my phone again, I suddenly came up with an idea.
Call it.
I asked myself why I hadn't thought of secretly recording her to see where she hid my phone.
I would think just
she was finally
call the phone
somewhere, I could go
and hear the
inside
ringing.
and watch the footage. Then I could finally get my phone back for good.
I'm sorry, she's saying it.
Finally got my
evil
phone
look
back,
on her face.
mainly because I needed it for means of communication while in school. Once I got home, I purposely made my mother annoyed until she confiscated it from me. And that's exactly what she did.
What?
But before she confiscated it, I quickly put the camera inside the room when she didn't notice. I put the camera in the corner of the room so that I could see everything. I was really excited to know where her secret hiding place was. Finally, she came out of the room, which meant she finished hiding it. When she was finally gone, I went inside the room and grabbed my camera. I quickly played the video.
Okay.
At first, I looked at the duration of the video. It was 7 minutes long. It must have taken a lot of time for her to hide it. I started to skip until I could see my mom inside the room. I skipped for about 6 minutes, but she still wasn't shown on the screen. I was confused, but I told myself that maybe it happened in the first 3 minutes and I missed it. I went to the beginning of the footage again, but failed to find it.
So,
I was growing impatient. I played the whole video even though it was long. I finally reached the last few minutes of the video, where I went inside the room to get the camera, but my mother was still not shown.
So she never went in there.
Confused.
Maybe.
Then who took the phone?
But I was clearly in the video when I came in to get the camera. I was getting pretty scared at that point. In person, I saw my mom enter and exit the room with my own 2 eyes.
Mom's a
Maybe
ghost.
the camera failed to capture it.
You can't get the rest, you can't capture it.
Huh? That's mirrors, Jazz.
I thought you couldn't capture it in photos either.
That is mirrors.
I thought
Mirrors
you
only
couldn't
thing
get them in
vampires
photos
can't
either,
be
so I
seen
think they're
through.
not recording recording.
A photo? You can get them in a I don't know. Vampires aren't real though, Jazz, so I don't know.
I don't know. I think
I was
only
stressed
cameras.
and my eyebrows were furrowed. My mom asked me what was wrong. I got my camera and showed her the footage. I explained it to her as well. She said that maybe the camera cut out the footage, but something was really wrong here.
What?
I asked her if she did in fact enter the room, and of course she answered yes. I felt goosebumps all over my skin, and I was still confused. This might not be the best scary story I have, but it is still running through my mind. What happened? Why is my mom not in the footage? The thing is that in the video, the door opened.
Yeah, I saw it open.
But my mom wasn't in the footage. That's the scariest part.
Okay,
Nor
that
you.
one was not scary at all.
It was okay. Yeah, I'm like, where the hell did she still put the phone? Two people stalker our story.
When I was around 14 years old, I always went on the internet, and I had this app called Discord.
Okay, we know what that
In Discord, I met a boy named Luke.
is. Be careful,
We
y'all.
started talking for a while, and one day he asked me what I looked like.
What do you look like?
Without thinking, I sent him a picture of
Ooh.
me.
That's a
Told
good
me
little
that I
show.
was beautiful and that he loved my long dark hair and how I did my eyeliner. I just said thanks, thinking nothing of it. Around a week later, he told me that he loved me.
Oh.
I felt the same way about
He don't
him.
even
In
know
a
you.
week?
We had so much in common.
Okay.
Luke was
He don't
very
even know
good
you.
looking too.
I guess there's no
He
time
had a
limit on
different
that.
style
Why
from
you like
normal
Scar-Lord?
Boy,
people.
he looked like the little
He wore a
Fortnite character.
mask
Now you like
and
Scar-Lord.
always wore the color black. A while later, I realized
What you about to say, K-pop? I already know what she was thinking. I already know. He was like, oh, he looked like a K-pop member. I'm gonna call him Dojin. Dojin from
I'm
XOL.
sorry, that's what you're reminding me of. No,
I know.
Whenever I see pictures,
Whenever I see the
I
little
always
mask
think
and then
of
he had the
K-pop all
little
the
bowl
time.
cut.
Right.
Oh my
That's
god.
Scar-Lord.
All right, when you
That
looking
doesn't
at
mean
me,
that we coming for them.
like, exactly.
Damn,
We
like,
just
we're not-
all right. Calm down. All
Army,
right.
we're not coming for them,
All right.
Army. We just saying they look like it.
Yeah. Y'all can't lie. He was looking kind of. All right.
it was becoming too much for me. He would always ask me personal questions like where I lived, and I told him I lived in California.
Lie.
He also
Don't
lived in
say that.
California and
Ooh.
said he wanted to run away and meet me.
Run away.
He said
I
that
don't
our
even know you.
relationship was going to get real.
No.
We kept talking every day, and he got so overprotective and would text to me every few minutes. One day, I was home alone because my parents were on a trip to celebrate their 20th anniversary. I didn't mind until it became nighttime.
Not the marriage. I'm talking her
It
being
was
alone.
so dark outside, and it gave me the chills. I decided to close all the windows and make sure that the doors were locked.
Good.
I sat in my living room and watched some TV. After around 20 minutes, I heard a knocking sound coming from the window behind me.
The window?
I realized
Not the door,
I
the
didn't pull
window.
the blinds over it and that some kids were probably playing tricks on me. I got up and went to the window. As I got closer, my heart kept beating faster and faster. I looked out the window and no one was there. So I just closed it with the
He'll be
blinds and
inside.
sat
He
back
gonna be
down.
inside.
Right behind her.
After that, I got a message from Luke. He said, "Let's meet up now."
Now.
I
Out.
told
Now.
him I was busy and that I couldn't, but he said that I wasn't. And that he
Uh-oh.
could see
That means he
me.
can see you.
I felt so afraid and told him to stop scaring me because I was home alone, which I really
don't-
shouldn't have told him.
Don't
Right.
say that.
I
Don't
asked
say
him
that.
how he knew where I lived, and he told me that he looked on Snapchat and found my exact location.
See that? That's why
so
you
he
don't
could meet up
use
with
that
me
Snap
whenever
map.
he wanted.
Yep. I don't even have a
So
Snapchat.
afraid.
So-
I heard a knock on the door,
Hold on,
and
y'all.
a teen
Low key, this is her fault because she should never been messing with a guy who texts her every few minutes and then wants to know your location and suddenly fall in love with you in a week. Come on now, ladies. Come on.
boy's voice tell me to open the door. It sounded
Keep
so
it close.
attractive, and I knew that it had to be Luke.
What?
Stayed still and did
Is she crazy, yo?
Oh, so attractive.
Yo,
How do you go from
Yo,
scared? How you
how you
go
go
from scared
scared
and
to-
saying, leave me alone, you're scaring me. And then he said you hear a teen boy's voice. You said, you know what, his voice
that
sounds
sound
attractive. So
kind
it has
of
to
cute.
be him. I'm gonna open it up.
That sound kind of hot.
Like what?
I do like being scared. And
She
I
makes
am
my
home
heart
alone.
race.
And I am home alone.
This girl crazy. This girl is crazy.
Look
Go
at the
ahead.
Joker popping out the
home
wall.
alone, and no one could defend me when I'm alone. I
Why are
texted
you
him and
scared?
told him to leave me alone now. Luke
She's
knocked
so hot.
again and said he wasn't going to
Star-Lord.
leave.
I'm not going to leave.
I finally got up and opened the door.
Oh my. See?
He
What
was
in the-
standing there,
Hey,
4
Star-Lord.
feet tall.
What?
He smiled and bit his lip and
Ew.
invited himself.
How
How
do
could
you
you
know?
see it? Okay,
You must-
whatever.
Several times to leave, but he didn't listen.
Why would you open the door
Then he
and
went
then tell him to
quiet.
leave? What?
And I tapped his back. He ripped his mask off to reveal all
Ooh.
the scars he had around
Kill
his
the
Why
head.
I just turned to My
He
Hero Academia
froze
so
in
fast?
shock
Oh my
and told
God.
him to please leave
Oh.
now. I was so angry, I didn't even care.
Angry?
Then he smiled creepily and
Ooh.
ran downstairs to the kitchen, and I ran after him. He was holding a knife and then ran after me. I
Crazy.
ran outside, hid in the bushes, and called 911 as fast as I
Yo,
could.
slow self.
Police arrived quickly. They found him.
You lucky.
But what was even more creepy was that he smirked at me when they took him into their car. I called my parents shortly after and told them everything, and they came home. I never want to stay
Stupid self.
home alone again. It creeps me out.
Get off of Discord.
I deleted
Yes.
Discord and blocked him before I did. Finding an internet boyfriend will haunt me forever. And
Internet
I will never forget the creepy
boyfriend.
smirk.
What?
I know half of y'all. I know
were
half of
so
the girls in his
many-
comments was like, he is hot.
There were so many wrong steps made in that story.
800.
I'm like, you kind of did it to yourself. He said,
Facts.
I'm scared,
Exactly.
but I let him in anyway. I opened up the door because he said he wasn't leaving.
You know, it could have
So, you know what? I'm
turned. It
gonna
could have
go with
turned.
it.
It could have turned two different ways. All
What?
right. It could have been one way was that she let him in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he's be like, Kimiko, I'm sorry. I looked at your Snapchat location because I couldn't help myself. And then all of a sudden, it get on.
No, I'm not.
Hey, although it could go that way.
Then get her throat slit.
Anyway, let's go to the next one.
I'm sorry, man. My
Right.
ex-colleague tried to kill me.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Back when I was 21 years old,
We're both
I was a
y'all shooting at each
strategic
other?
firearms commander. This meant that I led a team into dangerous situations that oftentimes involves hostages or civilians who carried guns or other deadly
Okay.
weapons.
Okay.
I had a
Police.
second in
Gotcha.
command firearms commander working
Clocked him
beside
with
me.
that.
His name was Callum, and he was my best friend. We always hung out outside of work. And while on duty, he would always joke around and make us crack a smile, even when we were dealing with pretty distressful stuff. We once had a case where a man had possession of a firearm, and we were assigned to take care of it. Callum seemed particularly eager and jumped out of the van before it even came to a full stop.
Hey, okay.
He was
When the rest of the
eager.
team reached the scene,
He shot
the
him.
man was already shot. Callum still had the gun in his hand.
Uh-oh.
Soon after, I asked
Uh-oh.
Callum why he was so eager to do it. And then he said he had no specific reason.
You knew
He
him?
was just excited.
Maybe?
I believed him because he was my best friend.
Or something.
Later on, when I was looking at the man who was shot, I looked him up on social media and realized that he and Callum added each other on Facebook.
Oh, they
Upon
were
further
lovers.
investigation, I realized that there were thousands of messages sent between the two where Callum revealed sensitive information about several
So
operations.
they were. Oh,
I
they
knew
were
that he
friends.
killed this man on purpose, but I had no way of
To
proving
get
it.
rid of the evidence?
That's enough
He was
proof right
taken to
there.
court and was sentenced to 3 years in jail for perverting the court of justice.
3 years? That's
I
it?
testified against him and was no longer his friend.
Duh.
Duh. He gonna
When I
get
was
you next.
24 years old, I was still on the firearms team. All that happened with Callum was behind me, and I was happy with my life. One night I went home really late after work.
He's been
As I walked to my apartment, I realized that it was
Oh,
trash.
whoa.
I called the police and they reported it, but there was not much they could do because I didn't have a CCTV. As
A
I
what?
got into
Oh,
bed,
he's in.
I saw that there
Oh,
was a note on my
okay.
bedside table.
Remember
All
me.
it said was, "Remember me?" I instantly recognized Callum's handwriting.
Time to
Now that he
go.
was out of prison, I thought that he would move on with his life.
No.
I was so wrong. This was his revenge.
Yep.
The next day, I went to the underground parking lot and I saw that my windscreen was smashed. It was clear that he wasn't over me testifying against him. Soon after, I also saw him near my apartment. I ran after him, but he ignored me and ran away. I tried calling his old number, but it was no longer in service. Then an envelope was sent through my door.
He going through all the steps.
Hundreds of photos of me at work,
to torture him,
home, and even out with my girlfriend at clubs and restaurants.
Oh, he's taking it too far now.
Oh yeah, he's going out.
Taken very recently. The last one though was a picture of Callum and I from years ago, and on the other side, written with a big red marker, were the words, "You're dead." I reported this as stalking and hoped he would end up back in prison. The police had gone to his listed address, but there was no one there. In fact, all of his bags were packed. I knew he was still in the area somewhere, though. One day I was by myself in an unmarked car, and I saw this Toyota Yaris, and it was driving close behind me. It was my gut instinct to get the plate number checked, and I was going to. But then I got a priority one announcement on the radio saying there was a crazy man on a bus who had a knife and stabbed someone. I turned on my sirens and blue lights and headed to the accident. As I got on the bus, he was already arrested, and the ambulance was already there as well. As I was about to leave the bus, I heard a loud bang, and a man on the bus fell down. He was shot through the window by a man who was wearing a black hoodie. He immediately ran. I ran out of the bus and went to the boot of my car. I got my MP5 SF out,
He said, y'all
which was
playing
a large
games.
rifle with sniper capabilities. I ran after the suspect and radioed in. They gave me an order of critical shot, which meant I could shoot to kill the suspect. He ran through the town center and went to the left. I was worried about public safety as he had a large rifle as well. I realized instead of running after him, I needed to get on a roof and shoot down. I went to this building that had views of the right and left. It took me 5 minutes, and I was worried that he would have run away by now.
Sound like a movie.
That's what I was about to say.
I turned my gun to the sniper level. I used the eyepiece to scan, and I saw a man in a black hoodie running.
Go to me,
I
shot
fired a
the
shot,
wrong person.
and he fell to the ground.
How bad?
By the time I got there, more armed policemen came to the area. I was shocked to see Callum. He was the one who followed me in the car behind me, and that shot in the bus was meant for me. He missed. Callum was dead. I felt sad, but also relieved that this was all over. The man shot in the bus survived, and I was promoted for my diligent work.
This sounds like a movie plot. It does.
It does. Like no, like it does sound really, really good. That did. It did. I was really good. I really enjoyed that.
This happened to me in 1970s.
Morgan
To be
Freeman.
exact, it was November 23rd, 1971. I was 20 years old at the time and was really down on my luck. I was living in Portland, but I'm from Seattle, and I'll be going home very soon. I had lost my job and was about to be evicted from my apartment because I couldn't pay the rent.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
I will be flying back home to stay with my parents until I could find a new job or somehow get the money for my apartment, which would be very unlikely.
Happens to everybody.
I had one night left in my apartment before leaving.
Bless you.
I didn't feel like staying home, so I decided to go for a walk and have a drink in a bar. On my way to the bar, I stopped at the convenience store and purchased a lottery ticket. I walked down the street and entered a nearby bar, where I ordered myself a beer.
Okay.
Not long after that, a man came inside and sat next to me and ordered a drink.
He said, how you doing?
We got to talking about life and just general conversation when he mentioned he was going to a flight the next day to Seattle. I laughed and asked him, wait, flight 305?
Twilight Zone.
He laughed and said, yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
He asked me why I was heading there. I told him I had money troubles, and coincidentally, he said the same thing.
Do you?
He seemed like a nice guy. We talked for about another hour before he decided to call it a night. Unfortunately, I never caught his name. I was about to leave the bar myself shortly after that when I heard over the TV that the lottery numbers would be announced. I decided to stay and check if I had won. Why not? And would you believe it? I won $15,000. Of course, I was beyond belief with shock. And of course, I wouldn't need to go back home.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to
I
go
had
nowhere.
money now. The next day, I saw something on the news that a flight had been hijacked, and the plane was being held at ransom.
Was it the dude?
It was the same flight I was going to be on. And I couldn't believe it, but the sketch of the guy they described who took the
Oh,
flight
come
hostage
on.
was the exact same man I had been talking to in the bar.
Sheesh.
He used the name D.B. Cooper. If you didn't know, he threatened to explode the plane with a bomb unless he got $200,000, which he did, then jumped out of the plane with the money and parachute and was never seen again.
What?
I didn't
How they
know
never
why,
get
but
him?
I never said anything to anyone. Even if I could, it's not like I knew his real name.
Right.
It was such a scary coincidence that the only thing that stopped me was
the
the
lottery
reason why
ticket.
I was in that predicament anyway. I needed money, and then I got some. It's strange how everything works out in life.
That's
It's a
weird.
weird one. That's just,
That
this
was-
is a weird one.
just weird.
Right. Whoa. But yeah, I think I enjoyed the Discord one the best.
That was the stupid
That,
one.
his
that
voice
one
is
took so
attractive,
many.
though.
It took so many turns. It said, "Oh, I like him," but then he started becoming a little overprotective, texting me every minute, so I'm getting annoyed. But then he said he wanted to meet me, and I said, "Don't do that." But then he said, "Oh, how do you know where I am? Oh, got your snap map, so I know everywhere you're going. Oh, get away from me. Oh, I'm not leaving. Oh, his voice sounds attractive. Oh, but I'm scared. Oh, I'm gonna open the door. Oh, I'm gonna run." Like, it's just like, what? Like, I don't understand.
The hormones
It
everywhere.
took so many turns. I'm like, wait. Shoot, I just don't understand how you go from scared to, you know what, his voice does sound attractive, so it has to be him. Like, what?
It could have been anybody.
Anybody, what the
It
hell?
could have even been the boy that was in the picture. And
Right, it could have been
listen,
somebody else. It could have been.
Ain't with your mind. Anyway, any comments?
I know what you're about to say.
I was about to say, what you think?
Forget to like.
It's just work.